On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, he's back. Yes, folks, Cam Newton's back with the Carolina Panthers. Some of it hate it, some of us love it. Before we get into today's video, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like this on the Carolina Panthers, Charlotte Hornets, Carolina Hurricanes, and major college sports in the Carolinas. Leave me some comments, folks. I sure love the dialogue. Well, folks, breaking news. I was working today. I was kind of keeping a year out for the OBJ deal, not thinking he would come to Carolina, but just kind of seeing where he'd go. Kind of focusing and thinking, man, Matt Barkley, it's like Jimmy Clausen 2.0. PJ Walker, my God, can he, he started one game last year and won, but it's a daunting test against Arizona, whether Kyler Murray plays or not, with their defense, kind of going through the motions. And lo and behold, something I thought that would never happen. And I'm so glad it did. Cam Newton is back. Now, got 9 games left in this season. I don't think you're going to see him this Sunday against Arizona. Will he be there with the team? I could see it. I could see him on the sideline and trying to get in Joe Brady's ear, what he's trying to do, learn the playbook and things of that nature. He's a veteran. I definitely can see him with the camaraderie with the team, but I don't think you'll see him suit up. I think what you'll see is P.J. Walker start this game, and no matter how bad or well he does, he'll finish the game. I think Matt Barkley is just going to be there in case something tragically happened to P.J. Walker and we need a backup. But when this week's over, I think Matt Barkley is going to get his little paycheck and the pink slip, and he's hasta la vista. And we'll get P.J. Walker holding the clipboard again the rest of the season because Cam Newton is back. Now, here's what a lot of people are going to think. Cam's washed up. Okay. I did think it was time to move on from Cam when it took place. If you really want to know my true opinion on this, Cam had 1 year left on his contract. The injuries he had suffered under the Gettleman, Hurney / Rivera leadership, the man was hurt. He wasn't protected. He wasn't given offensive line. The man played injured because this man put this team on his back and played. Coaches got money, got paid, got other jobs off of this man. And the man really wanted to play in Carolina. He loved the Carolina Panther fans. He didn't want to leave. And I understood why Matt Rule, with a new coaching regime, he wanted to change things and start over. And David Tepper, not that he didn't have anything to do with it, but David Tepper understood that bringing in a new coach, you kind of got to give them a little free rein if they don't want a quarterback and they want their own. You're bringing Joe Brady in, so therefore the Teddy Bridgewater thing made sense. When it didn't work, kind of thought, well, man, Cam struggled last year in New England. As bad as Teddy. He had some rushing touchdowns, won a few games. Hey, I mean, folks, I think he did have like 10, 12 rushing touchdowns last year. And he threw a few touchdowns, not many, but he struggled. And I guess leading into this year when New England re-signed him, they went with Mac Jones, who, he is their future. Regardless of what you think of him, he's a game manager. He's the kind of quarterback Bill Belichick loves the smarts and the way he plays. Now, Cam. Surprised other teams didn't pick him up. And I really thought that Cam would never give Carolina a shot. But this works in Cam's favor. First of all, Cam can do no wrong. If Cam comes in and overthrows players and, plays hurt or, just can't get it done, throws some picks, it can't be worse than what, unfortunately, Sam Darnold's done. And I think even with this P.J. Walker this weekend, I'd like to see P.J. Walker win, don't get me wrong, but I just have a feeling that even if he throws a couple touchdown passes, looks decent, if he throws a pick or throws a lot of incompletions and can't hook up with the team and doesn't motivate the team, it's leaving the door open for Cam. Now, number one, Cam brings an energy to this team. People love playing for Cam. The city, the state, both states love Cam Newton. Now, I know there's Cam Newton detractors and haters, but there's a lot of people who've been clamoring for Cam to come back because of the good things that Cam did when he was here. And Cam, like I said, can do no wrong. If he comes back and screws up, it can't be no worse than what Teddy Bridgewater or what Sam Darnold's done this year. Can't be any worse. And he gets paid for this year, and, if that's it for him, that's it. But it gives Dave Tepper, it gives the coaching staff, but mainly Dave Tepper. You know what Tepper said when Olsen and TD retired? He was going to make it right and bring Cam Newton back to retire. And a lot of people think, well, some wounds have to be healed, like kind of like Steve Smith over Gettleman, and when Gettleman got fired, that changed. This rectifies it right away, because if Cam plays these 8 or 9 games, folks, and doesn't do well and we decide to move on, they're not going to make the same mistake and keep Cam out in the cold and just cut him. They're going to bring Cam in. They're going to talk to Cam. And if they feel like it's not going in that direction, they're going to draft a quarterback, or they got a shot at a free agent quarterback, they're going to tell Cam up front first. They're not going to let him have egg on his face like last time. That's the only problem I had. I had no problem with Rule and company moving on from Cam. It was the way that it was done I had a problem with. In my opinion, I wanted Cam to play his last year out. And if he looked like he did last year, I could see him moving on this year, especially if we had drafted a rookie quarterback or even went with Darnold or somebody else. But Cam was owed that 1 year, in my opinion. And the sticking point, and this is why I don't really get mad with the organization, Tepper, kind of take him out of the equation, although he could be there, but he wanted his man Rule, and you kind of had to let Rule and his offensive coordinator Brady have their pick if they wanted a different quarterback. It just hasn't worked for them. And my understanding is this. I heard that David Tepper went to Scott Fitterer, and I know Fitterer's got a little bit of the blame for Darnold and some picks, but Fitterer is a long-term deal here, folks, and this doesn't mean Rule is. I think Brady's gone after this year. And I think Rule knows if he doesn't right this ship, he could be gone next year, which means Phil Snow's packing and you're bringing in new staff. But I think Fitterer's here for a while. I think he's going to be given the option of getting his own coach if it doesn't work with Rule. So here's the deal. I think Scott Fitterer, went to David Tepper, and Tepper said, "Hey, Scott, what do you want for Christmas?" And Scott Fitterer said, "Hey, Mr. Tepper, I see them brass balls you got on your desk there in your office, and I'd kind of like to have that." So, in my opinion, Dave Tepper not only gave him the brass balls, but if Cam Newton works out here, he's basically lopped off Matt Rule's balls, and he's going to bronze them and put them on his desk. Because you're kind of cutting Matt Rule off at the nutsack by making this decision, but something had to be done. And Cam's going to energize not just the city, not just the 2 states, not just the fan base. He's going to bring an excitement. He gets a rushing touchdown, the Superman comes back, or he throws a touchdown pass, or he leads the Panthers to a win, folks. Imagine, he's not playing the Arizona game, I don't see, but the very next week is at Washington. Ron Rivera. You don't think he didn't want a shot at Ron? Hey, Ron, you can have Cam. He's out there free. No, we'll give you a 5th-round pick for a Kyle Allen. How do you think that's set with Cam? How do you think Cam knows that he was ridden like a rented mule from Hurney, Gettleman, and especially Rivera for their career? Cam Newton is going to make him wish he would have signed him. Hey, Hurney had a chance to do it too, and he didn't. So, folks, I'm telling you, Cam can do no wrong in this situation. And he revitalizes this fan base. We win. Imagine if we get around 500 and Cam wheels us to a 9-8 record, a winning record, and we make the playoffs. Can Cam buy another year? Hell, Cam might have a couple of suitors and say, "Carolina, bye, I'm going to highest bidder." But the Panthers have the money. Cam could play it to his advantage. Cam can come back for like 1 more year, maybe, if he does it well. And we got time to get a quarterback. Although Cam is not the same, might be a good link and hold over till we get the young guy we need. You don't think Cam goes out there and does well? This defense ain't going to play for him? You don't think they're not going to want to play and say, "Let's see what this guy's got"? You don't think if Cam goes in the huddle and he tells his offensive lineman who looks shitty, "Give me 1 more second and I'll get us a 1st down, or I'll throw that completion for a 1st down, or I'll get us in the end zone and I'll win us this game"? You don't think Cam doesn't have that in him? Hey, I'm sorry, folks. Cam Newton come back. I've had a little bit of life and excitement. If you haven't told the last couple of videos, I've been a little dead. Been left dead in the water, and the sharks are coming, and I'm bleeding. Comes Cam with the lifeboat. I'm getting in, getting rescued. Like I said, folks, I don't expect Cam to be 2015 Cam. But if we can get Cam back and he's 2018, 2019 Cam, and we can keep him out of injury, you just never know. And I guarantee you, Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore and the like, oh, they're excited. CMC as well. Let's put it together. So, folks, what do you think? Cam Newton. All right, folks. So, doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Please do. Uncle Chucky loves it when you do that. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification. Be notified of future videos on the Carolina Panthers. And, folks, leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. And we'll see you next time on another episode of